From that day, we shared cafe lattes. Ooh, cafe lattes.
Hello everyone and welcome to the episode 2 of Having a Lovely Chat. This week's guest is the one and only Mr. Billy Mc Guinness from Aslan. Give him a bullet bus.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks, Dahi.
We've a little bit of an audience today.
Thank you.
How you getting on?
Very good, yeah. Busy week this week. The single came out last Friday, which is an original song. The first one we've released since Christy's passing 2 years ago. So, it's been fairly tough the past 2 years. We did our first gig with Lee the 20th of March in Cypress Avenue in Cork. So we're coming on to a year.
Okay.
And in that past year, it's great to finally get some new material out, because first of all, it was a really, really difficult decision to keep going when you lose your lead singer after 40 years. That was a tough. Myself, Joe and Alan had to really think about, do we really want to continue with this with Aslan and keep it going? But Dahi, I've been doing this for 42 years and I don't know anything else. So that's what kind of swayed it for me. You know, I said, look, if we still think we can do it at the same level, well then let's give it a go. So we went up about a year after Christy passed. No, about 9 months after he passed. And we got the guitars out and we just started playing. We didn't advertise for the singer. We'd no intention of looking for the singer. But Lee Tompkins, who's the new singer, he knew Alan, the drummer's brother, and he approached Gary and he said, look, I hear the lads are up in the studio and they're playing and they've no singer. I know all the songs. I'm from Finglas. I can go up and sing the songs if you want. And we said, yeah. And up he came, and we locked the doors, and he hasn't escaped since.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It was
like a gift from the heavens.
That's what it was. That's what it was, Dahi. And do you know what? Like, the worst thing we could have done was trying to find a Christy lookalike and trying to replicate what Christy did, because Christy was a unique frontman, a one-off. You know, he was up there with like Phil Lynott and
100%. He's an icon.
And Bono.
Yeah.
He had a very unique style. Sinead O'Connor, when you heard Christy singing, you knew immediately it was Christy, you know. But it was, when Lee came in,
I like Lee's voice.
It was a different dynamic. He's an amazing guitar player. So we've now got, because I'm a chancer on the guitar, but the sound is a lot bigger, Dahi. So it's a heavier Aslan sound. A lot of people that have seen the gigs said the sound is great. It's bigger. It's a fuller sound.
Because he's playing guitar as well.
Because he's on electric guitar and acoustic. So it's a different dynamic. He's bringing his own dynamic to the band, and it's great. And it's really good. I'm loving it.
How'd you find doing that with the songs you've already had written?
We changed a lot of the arrangements.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't want to go out and just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is why it took the guts of a year to get the set ready, and a lot of the arrangements are changed. There's more guitar solos in it, and it's just it's a different band, really. But it still retains. If you listen to the new single, it still retains that Aslan sound as such, but it's with a different singer. It's different in a good way. But no, that's just me. That's
I was listening to it today. I was giving it a good belt. Jake sent it on to me. I think last week or something like that, and then I had it on the phone, and I was like, no, I'm going to wait to listen in the car, and I was singing along to it all day then. It's very good, I like it.
Good.
Yeah, and I just thought it is definitely different to what Aslan, which is good, you know, as you said, you're not going to try and replicate Christy.
It was important that we were happy with it. We did it in Jellistown Studios, which is just past near Ratoath, and Joe works great with Stuart Gray out there.
Okay.
And they both produced it, and as they have done, most of the stuff we did with Aslan would have been done out in Jellistown with Joe and Stuart producing it, you know. So yeah, we're happy with it. We just look, it's not out a week yet, but it went straight in iTunes at number 1. The EP went in at number 3 on the album chart. So it's just great to have something new out, because you know, people saying, well, what does it sound like? Because there's loads of people that haven't heard Lee, that haven't been to a gig. So now they can actually just go onto Spotify and they can hear exactly what he sounds like. You know? And make up their own mind.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Olympia on Sunday is going to be so...
I'd say that gig is deadly.
Emotional. It's going to be emotional. It's exciting. It's...
is that the first gig in the Olympia since...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's the first gig. It's a good few years since we played the Olympia. Now, we used to do the Olympia back in the 90s, when they used to do a gig there called Midnight at the Olympia, and you had bands like the Flag Cowboys and Mary Coughlin used to do it, and Aslan used to do it regularly. So we go back to the 90s.
Very tame affair, I'd say, was it?
It was nuts. Everyone was hammered coming into the gig. It was midnight, but it was great atmosphere, you know. But to get back there is like... There was 2 gigs that Aslan regularly did every year. The 27th of December in Vicar Street, and then there was the 16th of March in the Olympia. So we're getting back to the 16th of March. Now we need to get the Vicar Street gig back as well.
The old Vicar Street gig was the first gig I ever went to, was Aslan.
No way.
I think I was only about like 8 or 9, and I worked up in Finglas in the Jewellers when I used to play football with Drogheda, and the manager of Drogheda used to own the Jewellers up there, so I used to go up on a Saturday and like stand around and get paid like £10 or £20 or something. But that album, Live at Vicar Street, was like one of the first albums I was listening and just thought was the best thing ever. And then I went to see his live.
That Made in Dublin album, I'll tell you a funny story about that. Like, we were doing 5 consecutive nights in Vicar Street, and we said, look, we never get the chance to do 5 nights on the trot in a venue. Let's record it and let's video it and make a DVD and a live album. And everyone in the music industry said, you're wasting your money. Live albums don't sell.
Right.
The Oasis live only sold 5,000 copies or whatever.
The sound is amazing on it.
And they tried to put us off doing it.
Yeah.
And we stuck to our guns. And we brought Shinna Will in. Shinna Will do the likes of Dancing with the Stars, and but they were only starting, and they had never done a live concert. Shinna Will, so they were on board, and we brought in the mobile studio and we recorded. But the great thing about the 5 nights was they had 5 or 6 cameras, but each night they moved them around in a different position, so it looked like there was about 60 camoras. And we had to wear the same clothes. The continuity had to be perfect.
Right, okay. That's everything. Those clothes smelled well. on
the 5 nights, you know. But the album came out, and immediately it came out, it went triple platinum. And to this day, it's Aslan's biggest selling album of them all. And it's so the point I'm trying to make, Dahi, is if we had to listen to the music industry experts, we wouldn't have made that album.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
And since then, like Christy Moore has done live in Vicar Street, the Corrs did live in Dublin. There's so many bands that have done it, but that was kind of the first
one.
Yeah.
There's something about a live album though that I love. There's the energy in it or something.
Yeah, well, look at Live and Dangerous by Tin Lizzy. That's a crack.
Like
that's
class.
The best live album I've heard.
I really like them. We like Adams over there. Like we've recorded as well, and we always find recording live, we much prefer it, like for some reason. It's just probably that you're in the room and you just get a bit more energy or something like that with the feeling.
Well, it's like most bands, you're going to try and they're brilliant live, you need to hear them live, and then you go in and record an album, and the album just, sometimes it doesn't just hit the mark, you know, and you're missing that. The live, the energy, the audience,
the raw kind of thing, isn't it?
Like,
we've always felt that. It's like, what are we going to do? But we've a couple of songs we did, and I wanted to ask you, how did you get into Aslan? What was the...
Oh, Jesus, right. I went to see Aslan in a place called the Revenue Commissioners Club in Georgia Street.
So Aslan was originally Christy.
Aslan was originally... Aslan was originally Mila 18.
Okay.
And they were like Dexy's Midnight Runners. There was about 10 members in the band.
Okay.
They had a keyboard player, saxophone player, but they were part-time. And Christy and Joe worked in the Post and Telegraphs, which is Aircom now. And I think it was actually Joe that formed the band, believe it or not.
Okay.
Joe actually asked Christy to join. And they decided that because they were working full time, the music was suffering and they were losing the hunger for the music. So they decided to jack in their jobs. Now, these were pensionable jobs. Their families were going ballistic. Joe and Christy,
especially during that time as well. There was,
There was, you know, they were lucky to be working, but they said, look, we're going full time. Who's coming with us? So the 10 members that were in the band, one of them worked in Guinness. He says, I'm not giving up my job. The sax player, he said, no, I'm not giving up my job. So they were left with Alan, Joe, Christy. Tony Mc Guinness was on acoustic guitar. He went on bass. So there was 4 of them. And I saw them as a 4-piece in the Revenue Commissioners Club. And I walked in, and there was Christy in his bare feet, and he was doing all his hand movements and everything. And I was mesmerised. I went, this guy is brilliant.
Oh, deadly.
So I said, I found out where they rehearsed, which was in the garage up in Alan's house in Finglas. And I was working as a baker in Buttercrust in Finglas at the time. So they used to rehearse during the day. I'd finish work at 2 o'clock and I'd go down and I'd stand outside the garage and I'd have a few cakes with me, which I'd bring down from work. And
where did you work?
I worked in Buttercrust, in the bakery. Right. So I'd finish and I'd go down. I'd listen. Every so often then they'd open up the garage door and I'd be there. There's Billy with the cakes. Yeah, there you go, lads. There you go, da. So as it turns out, they were doing 1984. They formed in 1982. It was 1984. They were doing the Lark in the Park it was a 2FM gig in Raheny. And they needed 3 backing singers to fill out the sound. So I said, I can sing. So they said, right, okay. I was in. I got into the garage.
Right.
I made me debut with the other 2 backing singers on stage at the 2FM gig. And once I was in there, once I got it in with them, I just made myself.
Deadly.
I learned the acoustic guitar. I learned keyboards by drawing the numbers on the keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, little riffs. You know.
Yeah.
So I just stuck at it, and I'll never forget it. We did a session for Dave Fanning 2FM, and we got a check, and it was the first check we got for our music.
Right.
So we went up to the Boot Inn, which is the back of the airport, and everyone got pissed, hammered. So I asked them all, I says, can I join the band? And they all said, yeah.
Lovely.
So the next morning, instead of arriving at 2 o'clock or whatever, I jacked in my job in the bakery. I went down. I was there first thing in the morning. Christy, Joe and Alan and Tony were looking at me saying, what are you doing here?
No.
I says, well, you told me I could join the band last night. And I was in.
Oh,
that was it.
Could they remember saying it?
No, they couldn't. And they regretted it. Christy went, this fucking idiot is in our band. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, damn you. And then you never look back.
Yeah, and that was it. That was it. And that was it. I joined 1984 and that was it. I've been with them ever since, you know.
And did you all kind of write the songs together and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was very much so. It's gas. A lot of people assume that the lead singer in the band writes the songs. With Aslan, that was never the case. It was the case of someone would bring in an idea, and even on the late single, it was Lee that brought in the idea. And then the band converges into the sitting room or a bedroom, bring out the acoustic guitars and work on it. And then if it works on an acoustic guitar, it works. You know, and that still stands for any great song you should be able to play on acoustic. So that's the way it did. But we were blessed in. There was this family called the O'Hagans. We used to rehearse up at the airport beside the runway. There was a farm there, and the O'Hagans gave us a pigsty. And they said, "You can rehearse in this pigsty."
Right.
And we went out there. We cleaned it up. There was troughs and all in it. Tin roof, and we moved in there. And we started rehearsing full time in there, and we'd go up every day. We'd walk up from Ballymun up to the airport.
Fair walk.
Oh yeah, it was a good walk. Yeah, it was a good walk. Yeah, every morning. But up there for the year, we wrote "This Is" up there. We wrote "Feel No Shame." The whole album "Feel No Shame" was written in the pigsty. And what was great about it was, first of all, we couldn't afford to rehearse in the likes of Lytton Lane or in Dublin, you know. But that Dublin, every band in Dublin was getting signed. There was, the likes of Something Happens, Cactus War News, Blue in Heaven,
like a boom,
Into and Newer. It was like Liverpool at the time of the Beatles. If you could string a tune together, the record companies were over to see you bang.
Right.
Every record company in the UK had an Irish band, and but we because we were up in the pigsty, we kind of we took ourselves out of that scene until we were ready.
Okay.
And then when we were ready. We had the full album ready to go. We had the songs written. We demoed a few of them. And I remember we did a gig in the TV club, and 15 A&R men came over from the UK to see us. And it was like a bidding war.
Really?
And we ended up signing with EMI.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we were ready, We were ready.
That was clever, like to wait for the full album and stuff like that.
Just to get yourselves, because there's nothing worse than getting signed too early.
You've 2 songs and then you don't.
And then you're dropped.
Yeah.
You're dropped. We had already songs that were ready for the second album.
Brilliant.
That we were working on, So we were ready. Got a great producer in, Mick Glossop, and the reason we got Mick Glossop in to produce Feel No Shame was he produced This Is the Sea by the Waterboys.
Okay.
Which had The Hold of the Moon on it. And we loved the sound of that album. We says, if we can get Mick Glossop, would be great. And we got Mick.
Brilliant.
The album came out straight in at number 1 in Ireland.
Class.
And then 6 months later we broke up.
And that's the end.
just you couldn't write it. You couldn't make it
We're
up.
finally ready.
We're finally ready, and after all the hard work and everything, we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball, and no one to blame but ourselves. That was it,
Yeah. And when did you get back then?
Well, we broke up. We went to America. You see, we went to America, and Jesus, we signed to Capitol Records in America. Love Me Lately was released, and that got into the lower, I think it was 98 or 97 in the Billboard chart in America, which was a major success. So Capitol Records were saying, right, okay, we're going to bring you back over for an arena tour where you'll be supporting Crowded House, and we're going to release This Is, and it's going to be mad. Of course, we came back from America ready to work. Christy came back. He was an addict.
Right.
So that was the like, it's been well documented. Christy wrote a book. It's all in his book.
It's in his book and stuff.
It's so everyone knows the history of that. And we broke up, and then it was 5 years to the day. There was a gig in Finglas called the Southbound Show, and they were going to lose their funding for this festival, and they asked us would we get back together, and we said, look, yeah, we'll do it, and then Christy said, yeah, he'll do it. So we went in to rehearsal to get the set together, which was the guts of Feel No Shame, and we had that in a couple of days, and we said, why don't we write a couple of other songs just for the crack?
Yeah, just when you're back together.
Just for the crack, just to do on the day. I swear to God, you couldn't make it up. We wrote 3 songs: Rain Man, Where's the Sun, and Crazy World.
Okay.
And I remember I was driving bands around at that stage, and I was driving Something Happens, and Tom Dunn was in the front, and I said, Tom, I have a demo here. I says 3 new Aslan songs. He says, I'll put them on. I says, well, you hear Rain Man, Tom. It's right. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So as he was getting out of the van, he says, Billy, Crazy World is the hit.
Right.
So we went and done the South Band show in Finglas, and we did the Crazy World at the gig, and Sony BMG were there.
Right. Joe
Stewart and Freddie Middleton. They came backstage. Do you want a deal? And you know yourself, though, you never get 2 bites of the cherry.
Yeah.
That was been dropped by EMI, and then to get re-signed with Sony BMG was like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah, buzzing.
And then Crazy World came out, and it was the best Irish song.
Yeah, sure.
It picked up so many.
It's an anthem.
It was, it was Jesus. Little did we know how big that song has become.
Class.
Really
I was just thinking, is the pigsty still there, or is that
Pigsty's gone?
Is it? Yeah,
it was knocked down. It was knocked down.
That would be some.
It was. You know what? It was great times up there. It was great. It was really, really good. We had a super Sir, and we'd cook our sandwiches there, toasted cheese and ham
Love
sandwiches
it.
on the floor, and just writing. And it was all about the music, and there was no distractions. You were up there. There was you couldn't go to the bar. You couldn't go anywhere. It was a pigsty, and that was it. It was on a farm. There was nowhere else to go. So you were there to work.
Yeah,
which was great. 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, it was really, really
Is there any
good.
pictures or any of that? Of
There
us back
is,
then,
there
is
is,
there?
there is.
Yeah, I must check them out because I'd like to see
they're
that.
great.
That's class.
Yeah, it's
just
great.
Just remembering that, like, you know, that's definitely
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
and then Crazy World.
Crazy World came out, and away we went again. We went in and we done the Good Boy Charlie Moonhead album. We did that down in the studio in Rope Walk in Ringsend, and then the A&R, the album was finished. Crazy World was a massive here. Good Boy Charlie Moonhead came out straight in at number 1 again. Everyone happy, great. The A&R man that signed us to Sony BMG, he left, and a new A&R man came in and listened to the album, and he went, "There's no hits on the album, lads." And we're going, "What?" And he's going, "I don't hear a hit on the album." We're going, "Crazy World. It's the most played song in Ireland at the moment. It's on every radio station. It's picking up awards left, right and centre." "Nah, I don't hear it. We're going to drop you."
What?
Yeah, they would, and we were going, please release Crazy World in the UK. Just release it. Just put it to radio and see what happens. They didn't.
You didn't do it?
They didn't do it.
No way.
No. So again, we found ourselves in that position because we had left a year to promote Good Boy Charlie Moonhead in the UK, and we said, look, so suddenly we were dropped again. We'd no gigs in Ireland. We'd none in England because the album wasn't coming out. So we said, fuck, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So at that time, MTV Unplugged was happening. You know, Nirvana and all that.
Class.
And we said, do you know what we'll do? We'll scale everything down. We'll go Aslan Unplugged and we'll go out and play the pubs.
Whoa.
Best move we ever made.
Really?
We started in a high ace van, the 5 of us.
Yeah.
2 acoustics, bass and drums. Nothing else.
Lovely.
Nothing else, right? And away we went in the highest. And I remember we used to do the Old Oak in Cork every Wednesday, and we do the what was the pub in Sallynoggin? The Noggin Inn, and we do all the pubs, right? But we built up. We'd go back. There'd be a bigger following. We'd go back. Then the pub started to get full.
Still just doing all your original stuff.
Just Aslan stuff,
Brilliant,
Aslan stuff, and. 1 or 2 covers like Angie, Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where they came from.
Okay.
That's where the Angie Wish You Were Here came from.
I love that version as well, yeah.
So suddenly all the pubs and everyone wanted us again. So we says, hang on a minute, this is getting great. So we took it to Vicar Street. But instead of just taking it 2 acoustics, bass and drums, we brought in a string quartet. That's what led to Made in Dublin.
Right.
Made in Dublin. But we did, I tell people this and they don't believe it. We did the Point Depot around 1999 with 2 acoustics, bass and drums and nothing else, Aslan Unplugged, and sold it out.
Wow.
And sold it out. And people say, he didn't.
Yeah.
We say, we did.
I think I'm half thinking there, just remember, maybe it was the Point I went to.
The Point.
Yeah, it was
the Point.
Yeah. Wow.
But we did it. Now, we did it as a full band as well.
Okay.
We did. But we did it unplugged.
Wow.
Aslan Unplugged. When Made in Dublin came out and it was number 1, we did it. And then we did it again, the full electric, because we flipped back into electric mode then. But we seem to have always been lucky, as in any move we've made, and that's why I'm hoping that the look still stays with us with Lee and that, you know. And like there is a new album coming out, a new Aslan album. The plan is we released our first single, we're going to release another 2 singles, and then we'll just keep going and release the album.
Yeah.
You know,
so you guys have it all done?
No, we're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it at the moment, yeah.
And do you have more singles already, or just the one?
We're working on the 2nd single now at the moment. That's ready to go.
Deadly.
So, yeah. Look, but we've always made the right move, and so for some reason it's always worked out. So I'm hoping
I like that.
I'm hoping that it works out this time.
I'm sure
as well,
it will.
you
Like
know?
I love that. I always go with that.
I firmly
It'll always
believe,
work out.
if you put the effort in, you put the work in, I think, you know, it works out 9 times out of 10, you know.
Yeah. And are you looking forward to Sunday?
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Gee, like,
how's Lee feeling about it?
it's his first time doing the Olympia, so he's dying to do it. It's one of his bucket lists. He always wanted to kind of do
100%.
it. You know, he says, the last band, he was telling us, because we were on the 6 o'clock show there yesterday.
I've seen that, I think, online.
Yeah. Marty Pella was on it. It was
Okay.
great. It was great. I had a great crack with him.
yeah.
He was brilliant.
Right.
Absolutely great stories. But so we were, where am I to lose? Oh yes, Lee was telling me that the band he was in before he joined Aslan, he left the band and then they went on to play the Olympia, and he was kicking himself. He says, I shouldn't have left him. I left him too early. You know, so. But it's one of those iconic venues. It's like Vicar Street. It's like, you know, you've got the Olympia, the Academy, they're the Ambassador. They're just lovely venues to play.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, really,
I'd say
nice, you know.
And as you said, it'll be probably quite emotional in a way, but...
Well, I mean, for 40 years, I've been looking to the left of me, and Christy's been there. And I'm going to look now to the left of me in the Olympia, and Lee's going to be there. But look, it's not like in the past when Christy was alive and everyone wanted to get Aslan back again. Christy's dead.
Yeah.
So there's no way that Christy can come back to the band, you know. And
But by playing the music still, you're still keeping, you know...
yeah, exactly. That's the thing to me. It's the songs, like they still... The buzz that we get out playing them live, and the gigs we've done so far, because we started in Whelan's last year, and then we moved up to the Academy, and now we're moving up to the Olympia. So it's been a slow process.
Nice progression.
But yeah, we had to do that. You couldn't just jump straight in and do the Olympia, you know. We had to start in Whelan's, and we knew that, you know.
I suppose you kind of had to get comfortable away again, and
We had to learn what way to play with it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? What, you know, with Christy, I knew before he even moved, I knew which way he was going to move.
Right.
I knew exactly what he was going to do, you know, without even thinking about it. But so that's why when we this time last year when we went out, we did the likes of Cypress Avenue in Cork. We did Dolan's in Limerick. We did Monroe's in Galway. They're all small, intimate venues, but that was purposely done for us to find our feet.
Yeah, nice.
For us to find our feet. But look, Lee's well capable now. He's like doing Coldplay in September. If you can play to 82,000 people, you can play to the,
for sure.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you know, and that was a lovely little invite to get. You know, it came completely out of the blue. Nobody was expecting it. When Denise, our manager, said Coldplay want to know, will you just get up with them? And we went, having a laugh, taking the piss.
Wow.
And he went, no.
Just out of the blue.
Straight out of the blue. Straight out of the blue. Yeah, it was great, because what we did was we went over to Australia in September, and I remember we had to we knew we were doing Crow Park, but we had to adjust the flights to come back a day earlier to make the Sunday gig. And so we were in Australia, and we're all going, isn't it great being in Australia? But we were all dying to get back. We were dying to get back to do the Coldplay thing. And I have to say, they looked after us. Chris Martin came down. There was we did doing the sound check, and he said, listen, don't do an Aslan song at the sound check. It has to be a complete surprise. We don't want anyone in the stadium
to hear it.
He said, yeah. So we did a cover, and he said, and unfortunately, you just can't be walking around during the gig. We need you to stay in the dressing room. He says, no problem.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, no problem. Yeah. You know, no
8,000 people would say that was some buzz.
And it went down so well, they asked us to do the Monday then as well.
That's right, yeah.
So we did the Sunday and the Monday, which was lovely. But I remember Lee said to Chris Martin, he says, Chris, the chords are D, E minor, G. And Chris Martin looked at it and went, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. I know the song. He knew the little riff. And
Yeah, deadly. No, that is class.
Yeah, but what was funny was, I was looking at... I only found this out because we're down a tone You know?
Yeah, half step.
We're down.
Yeah.
No, we're down a full step.
Oh, full step.
Oh yeah,
right,
we
okay.
go. Yeah, so we would be doing Crazy World in C as opposed to D. So what happened was we were in there rehearsing.
Oh, did they all?
No.
Right.
But the guitarist,
Okay.
Will, is his name Will? I think his name is Will. He didn't make the rehearsal, right?
Okay.
So the bass player and Chris and the drummer were there, but they didn't. But nobody told him that we. So on Sunday, the first chord he hits, he's in D, and we're all in C, and he's going, and you could just see. But he says it in an interview. There was an interview about the gig.
Yeah.
And he says, and I'm looking at Aslan, and they're all playing the D shape. He says, but it's just sounding shite. So he stopped playing.
Just bow out of it.
But he had it right for the second gig.
Right.
But I was just going, isn't it gas at that level?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because he was late flying in or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
still got them.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah.
So we just didn't play it all then.
I'd say the roadie got a slap on the hand big time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say so.
No one told him, like.
No one told. Yeah.
Oh. I can imagine just the pure
Can you imagine?
Oh, God.
Well, look, it was lovely. It was great. And do you know what? Everyone was singing the song. And as I said, even Coldplay were blown away.
Yeah,
they were
class.
they were blown away, and it's great to have it in your CV. You know, it was great for Lee. It was lovely. It was really nice. It was a lovely day. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And to have that amount of people singing back the songs,
it was great. 160,000 people on 2 nights. Yeah,
that's the dream.
Can't wait for the IMRO check to come in.
When's that coming?
When is that? When are we
It's the one in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, no, deadly. So, yeah, and you've got... and Drogheda. Any gigs coming up in Drogheda?
Yes, we are doing the amazing Crescent Concert Hall. Whoop. We were actually in there 2 days ago, and we were shooting the video for Hear Your Call.
Deadly, right?
And that's been worked on at the moment. That should be out next week. But a big shout out to George and Sean and Jake and Jason, and they looked after us big time. So we are in the Crescent Concert Hall. It's not till November. November the 22nd. Yeah, November the 22nd.
That's Jake, everybody.
That's Jake. Yeah. So put that in your diary. It's great. We did it once before with Lee, and we really enjoyed it. It's a lovely venue. They've increased the capacity. They've increased the stage size now. I mean, the stage in Vicar Street is not as big as the stage in the Crescent Concert Hall. Width-wise, yeah. The Crescent Concert Hall has a wider stage than Vicar Street, which is saying something.
Lots of room for activities.
So it's great, yeah. No, it's brilliant, yeah. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to Drogheda. There's a couple of other. We're doing in May. We're doing a great festival called the Greenfields Festival. We did it last year. The usual Gavin James, the Stunning.
Yeah, where is that in Dublin?
It's in Athy. And it's the bank holiday, the May bank holiday. I think it's the 3rd or 4th. There's a gig we're doing the end of May, but it's not been announced until after the Olympia. It's in Dublin. Can't wait to do that. We're very excited about it. It's a great gig. When this interview is finished, I'll tell you all about it.
Why is that on the down low?
No. It's just we're not allowed to say anything about it until the Olympia is finished.
Until the Olympia's done,
because it's in Dublin.
Yeah, okay. And Olympia on Paddy's Eve as well, man. That is
the Olympia on Paddy's Eve. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, class. And you will be doing the new single, I presume.
That's the first time we get to play it in front of an audience. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Now we did a couple of pop-up gigs last Friday. We went into the Palace in Temple Bar, and we went up to Doheny and Nesbitt's in Bagot Street. Just went in with the acoustics. Alan was on the cajon.
Lovely.
And we played 5 songs.
Bring you back to the day of doing the pub scenes.
Yeah. We done This Is, we done Crazy World, we done Too Late for Hallelujah, we done Hear Your Call, and what was the 5th song? Pretty Thing.
Deadly.
So we went in, just on them, and Hear Your Call. Now it was acoustic. So on Sunday,
it's on acoustic on Spotify as well, though. It
is. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we. Do you know what? We enjoyed ourselves so much that we did 4 different mixes of Hear Your Call.
Yeah, because I seen that today. It was
one of them is an acoustic mix, and there's a girl called LED, ELLYD, LED. Now she supported us a good few times, so we brought her in to do backing vocals on the acoustic version, and it's great. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's
that was really nice.
A different slant on the song.
It is. Really nice.
But yeah, so that was the EP. We just stuck it out there, and as I said to you, that went in at number 3, and that went into the album charts.
Okay.
I didn't know an EP could go into the album charts.
Oh.
If there's four tracks on it, and there's a certain amount of time.
Well, that's a clever way of doing it. Put the same
Isn't
song
it?
on 4 times. Yeah.
There's an
piano version,
extended mix, acoustic mix, alternative mix, and then the single. Yeah, so that was, again, I never knew that. But then I'm old school, you know. The whole music industry has really changed.
Well, that was the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what's the biggest differences that you see? What do you think it would be a lot harder back then when you was starting to kind of...
it was easier back then.
Do you think?
Harder, yeah, it's harder
even with
now.
social media.
It's
and all
harder
that.
now. Yeah, because it's Spotify is ruining it, because, you know, okay, you see all these acts, they've 10 billion plays on Spotify. How much did you get for it? 80 quid.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like, that's just or you see acts on TikTok that have millions of views and all that, and these people are getting signed. And they're not ready. They're without even doing a gig. Yeah, you know, just getting signed on.
It's TikTok, crazy. TikTok is crazy, isn't it?
So I'm a firm believer in you build up a following by playing live. People come, word of mouth. They come and see you. Your crowd gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I think
but people don't need
the
to do
money
that.
Isn't there. So I don't think since COVID as well. If you look in Drogheda, like. I used to do a 2-piece in Drogheda. He said, Rod, right? Yeah. You look in Drogheda, there's no even 2 pieces anymore. No. Every pub that has music. Every pub that has music has an acoustic guitar player. And that's it. Yeah. Because the money isn't there.
Yeah.
There's no bands anymore that are playing the pubs. Very rare.
No.
If they are, they're playing for peanuts.
But I was even listening to the radio, and they were saying how there's no even bands in the charts or any of that crack anymore, really. Like, it's all just country singers even. You know what? The whole thing has just changed. No bands anymore, really.
It's years ago when you used to tour to promote an album, right? Now you just stick an album out to let people know that you're still around. It's all about the live work now. It's all about, that's where you make your money at live gigs. You do not make your money off singles and albums.
No, that's just to let, as you said, to let them know that you're there.
It's just to let them know that you're there, and it's gone completely, on its head. And even now to the stage where record companies, if they sign you, they want a 360 deal. So they want everything. They want a share of your merchandise. They want a share of your live work. They want a share of your recording. They want your publishing. So they want,
and your soul.
They want the whole cake, the whole 360 degrees. They want, and that's why it's so hard now for.
Well, you see a lot of people doing the independent people are kind of trying to do that all themselves now, aren't they? Without getting signed, but that's hard.
It's hard, but we're doing it. We're doing it for ourselves. That's nobody else is going to do it for you. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but it's expensive. You know, like for us to go into Jellistown for 3 or 4 days with Stuart was X amount, and then. You're doing, even like doing the pop-up gigs, there was a cost there. Even shooting the video, there was a cost there. You're not going to make that back on a few plays on Spotify or whatever, you know, you're not, you know. So it's just to promote the band and let people know about the gigs for the Olympia, and you can use that as promo material. Or if you're going back to Australia or the UK, which we're going back in September, we're going back for some dates in the UK. I can't wait for that because we've actually added Glasgow, which is
lovely.
Brilliant. I'm dying to get back. And we're playing a great venue in Glasgow called, it's where Oasis was signed. What's it called? Yeah, King Tut's.
King Tut's.
King Tut's in Glasgow. Right. It's the famous story where Oasis travelled up from wherever, Manchester, wherever, London, wherever they were, and they travelled all the way up to King Tut's to support this band. And Alan McGee from Creation Records was there, and Oasis went on and played for 20 minutes, and Alan McGee went up to them and said, "Do you want a record deal?"
No way,
Straight after the gig, yeah. And that's true story. True. So that venue is famous for that. But we've played it before, and it's great to get back to Glasgow, because Glasgow is just, they love their music in Glasgow, you know. So in September we're doing London, Birmingham, Liverpool, and Glasgow. And all the dates that we're doing throughout the year will be up on social media, which is the best way of finding out. You know?
For sure. Yeah. And are they all up now? Have you a few more?
Yeah, we've a few.
And you're heading back to Australia.
We're definitely going to go back there. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
because
how are they?
There's a crowd called Troubadour over there, and they've been bringing Irish acts over to Australia for years. They bring the likes of Gavin James, the Coronas,
Kneecap. They're over there at the minute, I think.
Kneecap are there at the moment. Yeah. They brought over Dermot Kennedy. Who else? The Cores. They have it down pat. It's brilliant. But what happens is you get all the Irish at the gigs, but they bring their Australian mates.
Okay.
Like you mentioned Kneecap. Now the Kneecap gig in Melbourne was a free gig.
Oh.
It was free. 10,000 people turned up in Melbourne.
I seen the clip of it, it looked absolutely insane.
That was a free gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So obviously, like that was probably just one free gig.
Yeah.
But you can guarantee when they're playing Melbourne again, it's going to be.
Yeah.
If there was 10,000 people at the gig,
they'd be doing 4 nights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, Troubadour are great. They have it down. They suss the visas and everything and all that, and they have it all. The venues are lovely.
They're handy out. They look after everything pretty much.
They do all that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be. Look. It was a big success. We didn't know what way it was going to go, but it was again. It was just. It's that little stamp of endorsement, you know. If you can play in Australia and the people are accepting Lee and singing along and enjoying themselves, well, if it works there, it'll work anywhere, you know.
Yeah, deadly.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to that. And what was the thing I was going to think? Yeah. Have you ever done any of your own solo stuff? Was it always you?
No.
Stayed away from that.
The only reason I went out with Rod that time was Christy was sick. And he was in hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was laid up and we couldn't gig.
Yeah.
And again, the bills were coming in, you know, so you had to do something. So I just went, myself and Rod just went, look, let's get a load of covers together, bang, let's go out and play the pubs.
You're back in McPhail's, remember those gigs?
Yeah, we did. We did the Fly here at the back of
Yeah.
Wow, mental. Absolutely. Brilliant crack.
The Fly.
Great fun. Do you know what? Wasn't the Fly brilliant?
Yeah, it was class.
And the thing about it is, Drogheda looked so well on the telly. Because I remember we were down with Hector and we were outside the Tosel and we were doing Crazy World, and I was just looking at Drogheda and it looked so well.
Yeah.
But they've let the town gone to shit. Man.
Even walking over there
West
in
Street.
Street, it's
like, what are they doing?
I don't know.
They should be so proud to have those old buildings.
Absolutely.
They're letting them just crumble and fall down.
There's literally one crumbling.
And fall down. I don't understand it. I really don't.
I just think it needs to get its own kind of council back, you know what I mean? Or something.
Yeah. It needs, first of all, it needs to get city status anyway, because the population is big enough, you know. But whoever's responsible for that deserves a good kicking. Do you know what I mean? They really do. Like, the buildings are falling down.
All falling down.
There's no retention, or there's no work going into them to keep them alive. You know.
I don't know what.
And that shouldn't be let happen. It really shouldn't. You know.
All around it always seems just the whole thing Dundalk and Drogheda. So the thing,
all the money's going into Dundalk.
Don't mention the war.
But at least the Drogheda team are better than Dundalk anyway. We're number 2 in the league at the moment. Go on, the Drogs, go on. We beat Shelbourne. Joe was going mad because Joe was a Shelbourne fan. So I went in.
Did you be following it?
I went in. Oh, well, I followed Drogheda. I followed Drogheda. I live in Bettystown, but you know, but Drogheda would be the local team. You know?
Absolutely.
So,
they're doing very well.
They're doing great.
One of my friends is actually doing a podcast. We had a Drogs podcast, and he's doing it all about the Drogheda United games. Shout out to that, Niall Gregory. So you should check that out. He talks about the games. Then
very good. Winning the cup last season, that was great.
Yeah, did you go up to the game?
And I didn't know.
That was class.
And they're the Grand Marshals in the parade now. The Drogheda team.
Oh, Killian Brennan is. Are you in the parade?
No. They don't allow clowns in.
Sing Crazy World. There's has to be a few nights Billy I've seen that crazy.
It has. Many's the night I've jumped up a Jew.
I know, for sure. Do you ever do you enjoy doing that crack?
I love it. I love it. I think it's you know, it's gas. I was talking to on the 6 o'clock show. We were talking about Marty Pello about Love Is All Around. It was number 1 for 15 weeks, and he said, I said, Marty, you must get a pain in your hole. People coming up. He says, do you know what, Billy? He says, people come up to me and say, I got married to that song. My child was born to that song. He says, da da da.
Was it Love Is in the Air?
No. I feel it in
my
yeah. I feel it in my toes.
Yeah.
They didn't write that, by the way.
Oh.
It was a band called the Trogs that wrote that.
Right.
So whoever wrote the song got all the royalties. well, didn't get any royalties, but it was number 1 for 50 weeks. But anyway, he said, no, he says, I never get tired of it. And your woman Katia on the 6 o'clock show, she said, it must be the same for you, Billy. Every time you go out, people say, will you get up and do Crazy World? I says, absolutely. I says, and isn't that great? Because there's so many bands out there that don't have one of them songs.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're lucky we have 2.
Yeah.
I think This Is a much better song.
I love This Is.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you, what's your favourite, Aslan? This Is
a much better song. It's lyrically, melodically, like Crazy World is 3 chords. Well, 4 if you include the 7th, the E minor 7th. But This Is a complicated song to do. And I'll never forget when Christy was sick on the night for Christy, and we were in the Olympia, and we had all the artists, we had Horslips, they all had to do an Aslan song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So we had Horslips, we had Mary Black, we had The Stunning, we had, who else was there? My God, there was loads. Anyway, the vibe was there. Gavin James was Danny from the Coronas. They all came in, they had to sing an Aslan song. And then midway through the gig, it went live to studio in New York. And there's U2 doing This Is.
Whoa.
If you're listeners, anyone that's listening to the podcast, when you're finished listening to it, check out, just type in U2 Aslan on YouTube. This is U2 Aslan. They done an amazing job.
Deadly. I haven't seen that myself. I'm
they
going to check that out.
They done an amazing job. They done a real job.
Did you know they were going to do that?
It was a surprise.
To everybody?
It was a surprise to everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. It just came up on the big screen. It was organised. See, Googie, who's Bono's best mate, he was MC on the night.
Okay.
He was introducing all the acts. So he obviously approached you too. Look, we just do something here. And it was just because it's not a song that you just pick up the guitar and play.
Right.
They obviously put a lot of work into it, but they made it their own. They put the U2 twist on it, and it's
class.
It was really, really good, really, really good.
Yeah.
And for U2 to do it, I think This Is the best Aslan song.
Yeah, I love that song as well.
Written,
that's in the live album as well, where he gets the
crowd going. That's great.
Even when you're listening to that and you've never watched it, you can nearly visualize it, and it just sits like an iconic thing.
It's great. There's nothing like when you're doing a gig and you break it down, and there's nothing like the audience singing your song back to you.
100%.
That's the ultimate.
That's what you kind of do it in a way, isn't it? Yeah.
You kind of aspire to that, because it's, and it doesn't matter how big the gig is. It doesn't matter if there's 20 people at the gig or 20,000 people at the gig. If there's 20 people singing back to you, it still gives you a horn as playing to 20,000. Really does,
for sure.
It's not about, that's one thing. People say, it must be great to do the Coldplay and supporting David Bowie and Slaying and all them gigs. Some of the best gigs we've done have been pub gigs,
Right.
We really have.
I was going to say, what was your favourite? Any of your gigs stand out at the top of your head? What your favourite kind of one was, though?
The David Bowie one was just because we were huge David Bowie fans.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've supported, again, we were talking to Marty Pello, and he was saying he supported Elton John. I was saying we supported Elton John.
No way.
We did, yeah, in Fitzgerald Stadium in Killarney. Yeah, we did, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we supported Joe Cocker. Do you know Joe Cocker?
I do. Monty loves that
one, doesn't he? Help from our friends. We
class.
supported him in Brighton. We supported Bryan Adams in the RDS.
Really?
Oh, what a gig.
Wow.
That was brilliant. Because he was late arriving. Bryan Adams, we were supposed to go on at, let's say he was supposed to go on at 8:30 and we were supposed to go on at 7. He was late coming in. So we went on at his time. We went on at 8:30 and
So everyone was in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know the way
okay,
of your support act, it's only normally half full.
Right, yeah.
So when Brian Adams, when we went on, that
Happy
place,
day, you go, yeah, nice one.
and it was great.
Yeah.
But we've had some great gigs. Alabama Tree in Vicar Street. That was just,
They're very good.
ball blown. Alabama Tree, for your listeners again, would be they wrote the theme tune to The Sopranos. Woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And the Bloom.
Tune.
What a band.
Yeah,
what a band.
Class.
Look, as I said, you know, the past 40 years, we've had some great memories. And now it's time
for new ones.
For some new memories.
Yeah.
And we've already, in the past year, like the likes of Coldplay, the likes of getting back to Australia, releasing our first single, playing the Olympia, these are all fresh memories, and long may it continue, you know, because if you don't enjoy music, if you don't enjoy being in a band, it's the worst job in the world. If you love it, like I have never worked a day in 42 years because I just love music. I love the buzz of being in a band. I love the atmosphere. I love the camaraderie. I love the heartache.
Yeah.
I love the tough days make you strong.
And then the gigs give you that energy as well, doesn't it?
And the gigs, yeah. And again, it's as I said to you, it's not about playing to thousands of people. I remember we did this gig, Kennedy's in Pucan, and we travelled all the way down to, it was in Tipperary, and the owner came in and he says, lads, I don't want you to play tonight. And we went, what? He went, there's only 13 people in the place. He wasn't Japanese, by the way. Sorry about the accent, right? So he says, there's only 13 in the place. If yous go on, you'll use too much electricity.
You're joking.
And we're all looking at each other going...
That's a classic Tipperary there.
And we're all set up and all. And we says, well, look. Hang on a minute. There's 13 people that are making their way here to hear Aslan. Can we cut a deal? Can we just do 45 minutes?
Yeah. So
we agreed. We went on and done 45 minutes.
Much electricity did you use?
And that was but that's, you know. But they're the stories, and you know, it's we just love playing. You know, you want to play. If there's the point I'm trying to make is it didn't matter whether the venue was full or whether it was empty. It's to us. If there's 2 people at the gig and you impress them 2 people, they'll be back with their mates, and they'll be back, and you'll have 4. And then you'll have 8, and that's exactly it, you know.
Would that be the bit of what would you give like younger musicians now trying to make it? Would you have any advice for them?
Don't get disheartened. Number 1, write your own material, right? Because the worst thing you can do is and sing in your own accent as well. It's vital you do that. I remember we were going to singing lessons. The Bel Canto School of Music in Parnell Street, a guy called Frank Merriman, and myself and Christy went in. Sinead O'Connor used to go to him. There was a few, but he went in and he went, "Yous are singing in this mid-American accent, lads." He says, "Christy, you're singing like Mick Jagger." He says, "There's already a Mick Jagger out there. There's not a Christy Dignam."
Okay.
So he kind of stressed that, and if you look at the likes of Damien Dempsey, singing in his own accent, you know, that's why it's vital, because there's not another Dave. There's only one Damien Dempsey, and that's it. There's only one Billy Mc Guinness. There's only one Dai, you know. So sing in your own accent, write your own songs, and get out and gig, even if it's you know, do as many supports as you can, because one gig is like 10 rehearsals. You learn more when you're in front of a mic and in front of an audience. You learn more than you will in the rehearsal room.
It's a different ball game.
Absolutely. It's like when you're in the recording studio and the red light goes on. You can play it great when you're in your bedroom. Then the red light goes on, you're fluffing all over. The red light is on, you know. So just a bit of advice: sing in your own accent, write your own songs, no matter how shite they are. You want to hear the Aslan songs that we wrote at the start? They were like mini operas, and they were shy. They'd go on, a song would go on for like 10 minutes, and we're going, "This is great," isn't it? and but they were hour shy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They weren't covers. They were
all part of it that makes it evolves into a bit.
Exactly. Then you realise, a song has to be 3.5 minutes, and don't bore us, get to the chorus and all them, you know, that type of thing, you know. But write your own songs because they're yours, you
Yeah.
know, and then get out and gig and gig and gig again and gig again. It's all about gigging.
Yeah,
definitely.
Especially now, as you
Yeah.
said, with the whole like
Yeah.
Spotify
But
and all that.
it's gone so expensive. It really is. It's gone, you know, it's really, really hard, especially for a band. Like if you're an acoustic solo artist, yeah, you can get up and play anywhere. But you try and organise a band, you know, a 4 or 5 piece band, transport, PA, lights, you know, sound man, the whole lot, you know.
No, it is.
It's gone expensive. It really is, you know. I remember there was a thing on. Some English band was over last week. They were playing the Button Factory, and they broke down the costs of coming over from the UK to do the gig here, and they lost $2,000.
Whoa, Jesus, that's
and they were
hard.
just saying, well, we can't come back again because we can't keep losing $2,000 at
Yeah.
every gig.
Yeah.
You know,
You can't do
and,
that.
And
And they're funding it themselves probably as well,
And they
are
broke it down, like, you know, merch, hotel, ferry, how many people were at the gig, and and it's just you know, financially it's really tough out there.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's
Yeah,
tough,
definitely.
you know.
Especially-
Mary Coughlin was on. She was explaining the exact same thing as well, and she would go out with like herself and a piano player, you know, without a band.
She's doing quite a few gigs
And
now,
she
though,
was,
isn't she?
but she
Yeah.
was saying it's so costly, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
I wonder, see, is that probably why a lot of musicians are out doing the likes of the TikTok and all that crap, because they're building up nearly a follower without having to go.
without having to go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
nearly
yeah.
do it from your bedroom, and then you're getting bloody millions.
yeah.
It's a funny one. We like that band. There's a band called Amble. Did you ever hear them?
Of course I did. Now, they're
class.
great. Yeah.
I
Now
love them, like.
there is. Speaking of, you just said the show in my head. Mumford Sons are back.
Oh.
So you know that. Now they're the original. Mumford Sons are the original that brought that folk music.
Yeah.
With the banjos and the thing, they resurrected all that. Amble are class.
Yeah, I'd really
they're
like them.
class. Now there is, without mentioning any other bands of that are in that genre, some of them are fucking awful. Paddy Wackery. Amble have a touch of class.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But there is others that are jumping on that bandwagon, and it's Paddy Wackery. That's all I'll say. Yous know who yous are, lads. Yous know who yous are.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Paddy Wackery,
Yeah, Paddy Wackery.
But no, I went to see that band album. They're very good.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
very good. Amble. Yeah, they are good.
Absolutely.
But,
all the dates are sold out.
Yeah,
they've just
the whole lot.
signed. They've
Yeah.
signed to an American label. Fine.
But they were definitely ones that made that from that TikTok. They put
Yeah.
one song out and
Yeah.
then just exploded. It was crazy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's the power of it now, though.
That's absolutely.
You know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you can do that and then get the gigs from it, I suppose it's a good thing, you know, because
they're flat out, and deservedly so, because you know they've
got
really,
some
really
really nice
good,
songs,
they're
yeah.
really good. But it's interesting now. Mumford and Sons are back,
Yeah.
you know, which is great. You know.
Did you wonder, is it because they see the resurgence that they started?
They're doing Malahide Castle.
Yeah, I'd actually
Mumford
didn't
and
know they were
Sons,
back. I'm
Yeah,
gonna try and go to
they're
that
doing
gig.
Malahide Castle during the summer. Yeah, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
Really good. you
Any
know.
tickets?
No. I wish. Actually, one of the last gigs we did was with Jerry Cinnamon down in Malahide Castle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd say that was good crack, was it?
That was about 3 years ago, was it? It'd be one of the last gigs we
With
did.
Christy.
With Christy.
Yeah, wow,
it was
yeah,
great,
yeah.
It was really good, yeah. Jerry Cinnamon was cool. He was great.
Good crowd at
Yeah.
that for
20,000.
Yeah.
And it was a sunny day and it was lovely. Yeah,
Everyone
it
was
lovely.
bad.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was great, yeah. Really nice.
Yeah, but I think we're happy enough with that. Billy, thanks very much for coming in.
Not at all. Thanks
On
for
Sunday, Aslan are back
having me.
in the Olympia.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting.
And then in Drogheda,
And then Drogheda, November,
yeah.
November the 22nd.
November 22nd.
Crescent Concert Hall. I don't know when the tickets are going on sale. Again,
Jake,
look,
when they go on sale? In a few weeks.
yeah, the easiest way to do it is just keep going to Aslan Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. It'll be all it's up there. You know.
And I wish you best of luck with all the new
Thank
single
you.
and
Yeah,
the new album
do you know
coming.
what? It's great. It's great to be, you know, to have the enthusiasm and to have the lads they're as enthusiastic as I am, and to have Lee on board. He's half our age, so he's bringing all the energy.
Yeah, feed the energy off him.
But no, it's like as I said to you, the alternative was knock it on the head. Those songs would never have been heard in a live situation again. And it's a shame because they're great songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's new songs coming down as well. There's new Aslan stuff, you know, and you know, long may it continue. And for us, if you at least come and see us and see make up your own mind. Then you know, if you come to a gig and you enjoy it, well and good. If you come to a gig and it's not for you, well and good as well. You know, because not everyone's going to love it.
It's music,
and that's the beauty of music.
Yeah, it is. Everyone has their own kind of taste.
That's it. Yeah.
So yeah, well, look, best of luck with
Thanks
the gig on Sunday.
Thank you.
And yeah, hope it all goes
Thanks
well.
a lot. Thanks a million. Thanks, lads.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
From that day, we share cafe lattes. Ooh, cafe.